Oh! I don't know if he's gonna keep though. I try to stay on that trolling motor and work this bank quick. Just try to hit the fronts, the corners of these dots, a couple casts in between, but just kind of try to stay moving. I got some video if you need it. Get that hook, he's bleeding bad, dude. Let me yeah. Yeah. Dude, right in my lap. Boom. Dickhead. Sorry. Yep. Let me put him away or put him in there too. I would put him in there too, just because we got all the gags in there. You good? Awesome. There we go. Number 2. Long, skinny sucker. Ooh, boy, 3. Yeah. Got him? Yeah. Good one? I don't know. Yeah. That's a coal. That'll coal.
I'm getting my football big out, boy. I'll stand for back there. Got him.
Begging?
Dude, I got him.
I got him.
It ain't big.
It might close though, huh?
You ain't gonna hope, is he?
No, not even close. Got him? Yeah. You on him.
That help?
That might help, dude. That's the cast you gotta be making, boy.
Where they at? Where you catch them?
Right at that. That's a big one. Got him.
By the way, you set the hook. Big deal. Fire.
I don't think so. Big head. Obviously. Long and skinny. Decent bag though.
For your name? It is. That's pretty cool. You think you can get one with a K8 for me?
We can work on that.
All right, we'll just work on it. All right, K8, that's my initial. 9 pounds and 10 ounces. You got some thank yous?
Yeah, I think all of our sponsors and also our parents and Taylor both packaging.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Detective E Fishing. Harold Brothers. Again, we got
Good job, fellas.
another brother
Thanks
team
for the
here.
shout out.
All right, I'm gonna guess what.
Yeah, Chuck.
That boy looking a little.
Hey, what did that one weigh?
Alright guys, well that's a wrap on the 2019 Pickwick World Finals National Championship video. We didn't end quite how we wanted to, quite what we were hoping for. We did finish 33rd out of 389 boats, and we would have finished 18th, but we had a dead fish penalty. Our big one died on the last day, like a 5 1/4 pounder. Somewhere around there. We didn't weigh her, but she was hooked in the tongue with a chatterbait, and we ran out of ice and the water. She was fine till the last hour, and that water just got hot, ran out of ice, hooked in the tongue. People always say if you hook a fish in the tongue, no matter what you do, they're gonna die. But she was fine till the last hour. We ran out of ice, and that water just kind of got hot and did it in for her. So with that being said, I believe we were 13 ounces out of the day 4 cut with the dead fish penalty, so we would have been 5 ounces out of the cut there. So you have an alive fish and make one more good coal, and you're right there in that day 4 cut, which kind of stinks. But you know, we fished our hardest and did what we could with some very high pressured conditions. I kind of want to go over basically what we did and how we kind of put this tournament together, and just kind of run through kind of what our key baits were for the week. So as far as bait selection, it was kind of a real 1-2 punch, and the third day we kind of mixed it up. In practice, we caught quite a few fish on crankbaits, 6XDs, 5XDs, 8XDs, all those kind of baits in that depth range. And I don't know whether it was the pressure of all the 400 boats in the tournament or what, but that crankbait bite kind of died for us tournament day. So we had to switch it up a little bit. And day one, our 1-2 punch was, I don't have any with me. My partner Charles has all of them, because I would have never thought to throw this bait, but he was throwing a 3/4 ounce football jig, but it wasn't a normal football jig. It had one of those pivot heads on it. And he was throwing a Texas rigged Rage Bug on the back as a trailer, and that got all our big bites on day one. And so he was kind of dragging that in the back of the boat, just dragging it real slow on these shell bars on our main ledge. When we rolled up on our spot, there was a boat already there, and when we pulled in, they were putting a fish in the boat. I think they were coaling, actually. So they were both throwing football jigs, so I picked up the drop shot and kind of fished around and was able to put the limit in the boat pretty early on day one, and coal a few times. As you guys saw, that camera boat rolled up right as we kind of got on a little hot stretch right there, and coaled a few times. And then right as that camera boat was leaving, I think it was around maybe 9 o'clock, Charles started doing work with that football jig, and ended up coaling everything out and really building our bag. So that football jig got all the big bites on day one. However, on day two, we struggled badly. We caught fish. The fish were there. I just think between all the boats that had hit that ledge and the pressure, I think that the big ones, they were there, but they just weren't eating. I think there was a lot of bait in the area, and they suspended with the bait. So it kind of just hurt us on day two, and we ended up only weighing in one fish, which was a real bummer for us. Now moving on to day three, we knew we had to make a move. We had to get top 10 of that group. They split it up weirdly, and they split you up based on your first 2 days. And so we knew the group we got put in, we had to make top 10 to make day 4 and have a chance at making a run at this thing. So we decided to switch it up. We fished an area in practice that was some grass with a creek channel that ran right through there and had some grass and some docks. So we figured we'd go there and give it a shot. I was able to put the big one in the boat, 5 1/4, somewhere around there, over 5, pretty early. And then I was able to put another one in the boat that was probably 1 3/4 pounds, 2-pounder. And then after that we ran to our ledge that we did work on day one and struggled on day two, hoping maybe the fish replenished, and they just weren't there. It wasn't happening. We were due back, I think it's 2 o'clock we were due back, and around 12:30, 12:45 we said we gotta make a move here. So we went and ran some other spots, and we had this other spot that we thought we could rely on as a backup spot. In day 1 and 2 we hit it at the end of the day, and it wasn't happening there. And day 3 we figured we have nothing to lose, so we ran over to that spot, and I think first 5 casts with a big worm, I put number 3 in the boat and coaled quite a few times, I think 2 or 3 times, and kind of gave us our bag for day 3. As I said earlier, we had that dead fish penalty, which was 8 ounces, and we were 13 ounces out of the cut. So like I said, you keep that fish alive. We have a little more ice, able to keep that water cold, that fish survives, and then make one more coal for 5 ounces, and we're right there on day 4, making day 4 cut. So it kind of stinks, but overall, my first time being at the lake, I had an absolute blast. So our 3 bait punch this week really was a 3/4 ounce pivot football head, a drop shot robo worm morning dawn color 6-inch, and a 10-inch Berkeley power bait worm in green pumpkin. So that was really what did it in for us and was able to push us to the finish that we had. Now guys, a couple thank yous that I want to give out. I want to give a thank you to our boat captain, Caleb Taylor. Local guy here, actually lives about 10 minutes from me, but he offered to boat captain for us, and we really couldn't have done it without you. You taught us a ton about ledge fishing and about what you need to look for, how the fish set up, and I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you to you. You made that finish possible and was able to help us find some fish and really calm our nerves and put fish in the boat. So I want to say thank you to you, and had a blast you chaperoning us around for the week. Second thank you, I want to say thank you to the Dockenhouse family. We shared a house there in Florence with the Dockenhouse family. Actually, our boat captain Caleb kind of set that up, and I want to say thank you to you guys, one, for inviting us in, letting us stay, and two, making friends with you guys. You guys also had a great finish as well, and you caught some great fish that week, and we just had a blast. At least I know I did. I had a blast hanging out with you guys. So thank you to you guys. Third, I want to say thank you to all the companies, local, especially locally, that helped make this trip possible financially. We had some companies that donated some money. I'll put a list of all the companies that donated down in the description. I want to say thank you to you guys. You guys helped make the trip easier financially, and we couldn't have done it without your help. And fourth and foremost, I want to say thank you to my dad for one, boat captaining all year, boat captaining in all the tournaments, and boat captaining in the tournament that we qualified for this tournament for. I know it's pretty hard to sit back there and watch us fish all day and not be able to pick up a rod, especially in Indiana where fishing's tough a good amount of the time. So I want to say thank you to you, and as well as thank you for driving down and supporting us day 2 and day 3. Day 2 sucked when you were at weigh-in and we only had one fish, but day 3 we rallied back. So thank you to you for all the support. So guys, that's gonna wrap up the Pickwick week of High School World Finals and National Championship at Florence, Alabama on Pickwick Lake. Had a blast down there, and it's definitely not gonna be the last time I'm gonna be down there. So we've been doing pretty decent in some club tournaments, so I'll have some videos for that coming out down the pipe here soon. But yeah, that's it for Pickwick. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.